What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the King's Capital. Today we're just doing a week ahead. It is Friday, July 7th, 3:27. The market is closed until Sunday, 2 p.m. my time. So we took yesterday's trade. I did a quick recap of that. But, hey, it's Friday. We had NFP, non-farm payrolls today, with some surprise job announcements, which pushed our market lower, or our dollar lower, right? So let's look at the dollar. Let's zoom out a little bit going on right here. So we came down. Obviously, we broke structure, but we're kind of in a zone right here where, you know, we could see price push up. We do have some fair value gap right here, as well as what looks like maybe a lower time frame order block I have marked out there. We're on the weekly chart right now. The thing that was interesting that made me believe the dollar could push up is that we are seeing a little divergence here with the RSI and the price action. But listen, RSI and divergence isn't the most important confluence we're looking at. Obviously, we have market structure. We had a low, high, lower low. This did push through, not only closed below that low as well. We came back up and we closed this fair value gap we have right here on the dollar. So that's what we're looking at right there. So it filled that gap, pushed through into this, what I'm guessing we're going to call an order block for now, right? We're kind of still in our range right here. Here's our larger, weak range going candle before the down, the impulsive down candle. Maybe it is on a lower time frame. Let's check that out. But we do have this up candle here, but this is our last candle before the news. Just tanked it. So yeah, and if you wanted to refine this more, look at, I would not, I'm not looking to, well, we don't trade DXY anyways, but hypothetically you could say, okay, this is your 1 hour order block, right? So you could refine that a little more if you wanted to. I'm just looking for that general movement so that I can find, so I can refine things on my euro pair. So if, oh, look at, I've already marked this up. All right, let's check this out, guys. All right. So high, low, higher high, higher low. We tapped into this 786 right here. There was also a demand zone that was not violated, but it looks like it's being respected. Plus, look at, here's our resistance, right? These two candles, look how they closed. We did wick up here, so that made me think, okay, wick up into the potential, order block. But look at, it's a bullish trend for the euro right now. So why I'd be looking at sells, I don't know. But I did find some good sells for this during the week, so there you go. We made some money. Regardless, look at, this is a great close. My guess is pullback early in the week before we continue on. That's going to be my guess. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go down. We got a 3-day. Let's check it out. Super bullish, right? We had our 3-day fair value gap that was just about closed. That's acceptable. Obviously, a super bullish candle going into this week. Here we are. So, if we get a daily candle or something that kind of pulls down into here, we're going to create another fair value gap, which is basically what we have right here. Which is why I have this line here, right? This would be the top of our gap that needs to be filled. I'm looking for it to get mitigated at some point. On the 4 hour, we have this fair value gap. I would expect this one to get filled, price to fill in here. I'm looking at this order block right here, right? This is my order block, which just so happens the top of this order block candle lines up perfectly with the top of the daily fair value gap. So, yeah, something like that would be amazing if we start the week off like this and then rally. That is what I would love to see. And just looking at the euro, like I don't trade NFP. I just don't. I got that sell in yesterday. Right, so my sell, I got in here, it pushed down, I got out 3%, I think I said, and then price proceeded to just push up through. And then once we got this close right here, look what price did. Price came down, it filled, right? We got that close above this high right here, but price pushed up over, it closed, and then an immediate push down and filled the top of this, we'll call this the fair value gap right there, before launching, right? But if we go down on the 1 hour, and this is where the conspiracy happens. It's just too perfect the way price action works just before a news event. Look, if you were to trade it this morning, if I was to get up at 4 a.m., okay, and I'd look at this and go, All right. I wake up and I see what London did. London, all right, here's 1 o'clock in the morning. So that would have been 1 hour into London. It pushed up, closed over this high right here, right? And I know in the smart money space, there's a lot to be said about wicking above. Like if price, even if it closes below a certain candle, if it wicked above it, it still broke the price. And I get that. I put a big emphasis on the closes. I think those are strong. And that's what I like to see. But the way it closed, right? It pushed up. This would have been our news event, and then immediately pushed right back down into this order block. Actually, I want to break it down a little more. I want to see, okay, we got this close. This is just before, this is 4 a.m. Here's 5. Let's take a look. What did price do? Perfect. Yeah, love it. Okay, so price pushed up. 1, 2, 3. Filled in this fair value gap right here. Price pushed down before launching. And where did it push down to, guys? Yeah, push down into our order block right here, right? I mean, that's awesome. That is beautiful price action. Let me know if that's the kind of price. That's what I'd love to see. If I'm looking for a trade, I want to see a close. But actually, this is interesting because on the 30-minute, we didn't get that close. On the hour, we got that close, right? And we were just looking at that price action on the hour. So the larger time frame, the hour, we got that close. And then I could have zoomed in on the 30-minute, found our order block, and then placed my trade, placed my order once price came into it. And we could have refined this order block even more if we went down to the 15 minutes. So always finding our narrative on the higher time frame, that's going to be key for any trader out there, any kind of confluence trader, right? And it's all confluence, guys. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of trader. You could be retail, smart money, ICT, whatever you want to call it, right? But we're all looking for confluences to make our trade. We're looking for that equation that adds up to a trade for us, right? So this was beautiful price action that happened just before NFP this morning. And I forget what time it was that happened. It was probably 7 or something like that, right? And then price really took off. It could have been 5:30. I don't really feel like checking that right now. But guys, this is what beautiful price action looks like. Refined order block. You could have put your trade, again, if you're interested in trading that. Like I said, I don't trade during NFP. Just below this low. All right, 12 pip stop would have been awesome. And then we could have just targeted, the higher time frame fair value gap, which is these two lines up here, right? So you got 1 to 7.24. Beautiful. And if you were super on it, right? If you were really into this trade, right? You got that. Boom. You probably could have, if you were feeling extra risky, you probably could have scaled in on this fair value gap right here and decided to trade into this fair value gap at the 50%. That would have been a great option, right? So here was our fair value gap, the initial one. Let me get this skit. No, wrong one. Let's move that to the back. There we go. There we go. Right, so there's a lot to say about the fair value gap and just trading into the 50% of it. So you could have put another position there. If, let's say you're... the way you trade is your first position is maybe 50%, right? And you scale in. Some people do that. I tend to just go all in. I find that really good entry and just either 50% or 1%. But it's up to you. This isn't financial advice. Don't take my trades. I don't tell you to trade during NFP either. I don't do it. But I just noticed how great this price action looked this morning, even though I didn't take it, right? It's really good looking price action. So, yeah, let's get rid of that. Cool. Let's delete. We don't need it. This is old price action. Just thought that was really cool. So what am I looking at the week coming into this week? I want to fill this gap. There's a lower time frame gap as well. And then I want to see it come into this order block, which also happens to line up with the... you could use a PD array, right? So this low to this high, and your demand... you've sometimes it gets confusing with all the terminology, right? So you got your premium down here, right? If you're looking for buys, your premium is going to be below the 50%, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Anything below this 50%, which also lines up again with the larger time frame. This is the top of the gap on a larger time frame, leading into this order block right here, right? Again, order block for on a bullish scenario is going to be that last down candle before the big push. Not always. Like I said, I don't always consider it that last down candle. Sometimes it's not a down candle, but it's that last candle before that impulsive push, right? So anyways, again, just to recap on Euro, I want to see that push down right here, and then come into this zone. I want to see maybe on a 15-minute or a 5. I do like getting down on the 5-minute. I want to see price shift from there to bullish, and then again, apply our same kind of rules, right? We had this push into an order block. I'm going to want to see that same template, that same model produced on like a 5-minute time frame down here. So, I want to see price come down, maybe a candle up, a candle down, and then price shift and come up a little higher, maybe close above. I'm going to find that order block. Maybe there's a little gap. That's where I'm going to put my order, either a limit order or I'll do it manually. But I'm looking bullish on Euro this week. What's USD CAD looking like? I used to love, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, this is perfect. Sorry, this 4 hours amazing. I used to love trading USD CAD. In fact, I think my best trade on USD CAD was December 2018 when I first started trading Forex. I literally think that was my first month trading Forex. I'd come from crypto, and it sold off huge. Sold off huge. Do I dare find it? Let's see if we can find it. Where's 2018? 2022. 2020. Nobody wants to talk about 2020. 2020 was stupid. Lots of stupid people. All right, where are we at? Was it here? No. Yeah, I think it was this guy, actually. Yeah. So actually, I caught this entire sell right here. Long time ago. We've been learning, growing since. What's up? Guys, okay. So this I had marked up on a previous chart. I think I put a video out on it. If I did not, sorry. But this is a previous markup. I think it was on the daily. Yeah, it was on the daily. Look at right. So this is kind of trending lower. There's liquidity above these. We've got, if you had sold it here, you're trailing your stops down, right? So what did it do? It came up and it grabbed some of those stops, some of that liquidity. We do have this order block here. I just don't see us going to it. Being bearish on the dollar the way that was, my guess is coming into this week, we tapped into this 3-day fair value gap. Rejected pretty hard, so I'm probably gonna, in the same way that I'm looking for a retrace on the euro before heading lower, I'm probably gonna be looking for something similar to that, right? There are gaps and stuff in this market as well, so we'll probably come in to fill this, but this is just super bearish. On the 4 hour, what I think you really need to see is price come up, right? Fill in maybe this gap or something like that, come down to confirm like high that we've shifted on a larger time frame. But honestly, sometimes the market, like, you just look at the way it moves and there's so much precision, guys. This is an accident. The market's not random. I don't believe the market's random. I don't think that things in the world are random. This is God's world. So, hey, it's all meant to happen. We do have this gap up here. This could get filled in later, maybe later this week. It does kind of align with our 4 hour as well, our 4 hour fair value gap, as well as this order block. So, again, maybe this is what we're looking at this week, a fill in of this gap, boom. But what I do love is just how precise this is right here. Price came down. I mean, there's barely any wick. It pushed right up to here. Right? Look at that precision, man. Market is amazing. UJ selling off. Strong jobs data. Heck yeah. I'm not really looking at anything on UJ. I think we could come in, fill, like, this could be our order block for sells. What does our daily look like? Are we? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just bearish, guys. So if I was looking to, again, on the daily, things have not shifted. This is still bullish, right? This is not a bearish market at all. Yeah, I mean, we did break structure, came up, filled in this gap. So, I'd want to see, though, before we confirm anything, is just a shift on the daily. If we're going to go bearish, I want to see a shift on the daily. Maybe price comes up, fills in, this price action right here, right? This is super inefficient. So maybe price comes back up, fills in this gap, at this block and it sells off. But again, I need to see a shift on this. I'm not looking for sells on UJ. I know people are selling, but we haven't really confirmed a higher time frame shift on the 4 hour. Yeah, we've confirmed that, guys, big time. So let me know what you're trading out there. Maybe you are, maybe that's what you're looking for. I don't know. And maybe you're a better trader than me. So let me know if you're actually looking for sells on this, right? Look at this old markup. I just assumed buys because UJ has been nothing but buys. It's been a buy market. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. But all right, that would be my guess. So maybe push up into this order block before further sells if we're going to maintain some kind of bearish pressure on this. Along with filling in this 4 hour fair value gap. Let's look at crypto real quick. Just for a week ahead. We're still kind of stuck in this. This definitely looks bullish. We could definitely push higher. There are gaps to fill up here, and we have order blocks above. What I'm going to want to see, though, is maybe a candle close. Right, we have this resistance level. Yes, it closed above this candle, and that is bullish. I get it, but we are still kind of stuck in this range. So, if we get a pullback and then a push, great. Or let's say this week comes in and the candle just closes above these highs, not the wicks even. I would just want to see a candle close above these candle closes. So if we can get a candle close above that, then okay, that's a fractal of what's going on a lower time frame, which is a shift in the market. Right, that's probably a 4 hour shift in the market where we've now pushed bullish and closed the week out bullish, in which case, all right, we're looking for a pullback and a buy into it. And that's going to go for anything, right? So oftentimes that's one of the entries I love to take is when a candle, and I think UJ did it a bunch, where you'd see two price move like super impulsively and then move sideways for a couple candles, right? And the tops of the candles kind of closed at the same level, and then one of those candles just closes above, right? That's a fractal of what's going on a lower time frame. If I can find something like that, real quick, it happens all the time, right? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'll accept this. Cool. Let's just look at this really quick, guys, just to help me explain what I'm trying to tell y'all. We did get the close above this candle, right? So that's technically kind of a break of structure. We're already in a bullish market, it looks like right there. But price came up, broke above that. Well, actually, it hadn't broke above that, but we had two candles right here, right? See how they're closing exactly the same? Then this third candle punched through and closed. So what does that tell me? On a lower time frame, we had a shift in market. Let me see if I can do... Is that going to work? Nah. Sometimes when I go to a lower time frame, you can't find where you were at in the market. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and do that and see if we can't find where that was on the hourly. Real quick, there we are. Okay. Let's help me find my spot. Let's go. Right. So what that's showing me on a lower time frame is this, right? Here's our two candles that closed. We came up, boom, right here. That was so that candle closing above was a fractal of what's going on, which is a market shift right here, right? So once we have that, here's our entry criteria. Let's find that order block, which you could look at it and go, it's this last down candle, but I think we can also look at this candle and go, okay, there's our order block. And there's your entry, right? There's one entry model for you. So those are the kind of things I'm looking at. It doesn't always have to be like, on a larger time frame, like an intense pullback, because you're not always going to get it, right? If the market's going to move and it's moving fast, you're probably only going to get like one candle close over a small resistance on like a 1 or 4 hour, right? And then you're going to have to jump down to the 1 hour or the 15-minute to find your entry. And it's going to look like this, right? Our model back into an order block. There's probably a fib aligned with this. Let's see. Do we have a fib? I like fibs. They're not my main confluence, but if anything, it's more of like a PD array. I can see, okay, it's coming into premium, which is below that 50% of the range, and then trading into an order block. Was there a gap there? Yeah, there was a maybe on a smaller time frame there was a gap there. Can we find it though? Right? Let's see. Let's get back there. Right. So we're trying to put pieces of this puzzle together, right? This is all confluence trading, right? We just want to see, 100%. Okay. here was our gap. We got 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, right? Here's our, let's call it a PD array. It's a fib, but the PD array is basically just, either side of the 50%. And here was our gap right here on a 15-minute. And we want to trade into this, right? And so we could have picked the 50% of this, and that would have been a good trade also. Stops just below the higher time frame order block, and then, it's crypto, so to the moon. Buy your Lambo game. Let's go. All right, y'all. So that's what I'm looking at for crypto. HBAR, or that was XRP, wasn't it? Heck yeah. HBAR, I don't know. This is kind of a long-term prediction right here, right? But daily market shift. Oh no, I don't think it is a daily market shift. Yeah, kind of. I mean, we did get this push higher. We're not closing above this though. The way that wicked up into this order block right here, you see that? That's not giving me a whole lot of confidence in it. We did not fill in this gap, but I don't know. Plus the market, it's also shifting down. So I would guess some consolidation. But again, this is one of those ones that I'm just kind of dollar cost averaging in. I'm buying. If this decides to break out, there's a lot of upside potential. So anyways, y'all, that's what I'm looking at. My main pair this week is going to be Euro USD. I'm looking for buys, but I would like to see a pullback early in the week if possible. For further bullish continuation, if it doesn't, and it just pushes early in the week, I would expect maybe a midweek reversal like Wednesday or Thursday. But maybe I'll check back in and see where we're at with that. But until then, y'all, this is the King's Capital. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Grateful for you if you're listening. Please share it. If you're learning something from it, let me know, right? I'm trying to share some gems in here, give you some information regarding fair value gaps, order blocks, and just ways to think about the market logically so you're not just jumping in willy-nilly, right? We want to think about this. Why is the market moving the way it does? So anyways, King's Capital. Y'all enjoy your weekend. God bless y'all. Peace.